Getting Over It. A game about failure, pain, and the constant urge to punch your monitor. Maybe some of you remember this game like a Winter Soldier episode, or maybe you have never heard of or played this game before. To those people, welcome. You came to the right place.
But Djoelzer, why would you make an entire video dedicated to a game that is literally 6 years old?
Well, my dear viewers and mom, I've beaten this game not once or twice, but 50 times. And now I want to bestow my wisdom upon you. Let me tell you something. This game is more than a game. This game is more than climbing an entire mountain with your hammer and a pot. This game is about you. Let me explain. You start the game as a bald man in a pot. The only thing you have is a hammer. And Bennett Foddy, the creator of the game, tells you to simply go on a journey to climb a mountain. You start doing that, but you quickly discover something. This game is hard. You're already struggling to get over to the next tree. And for the first 5 minutes, you see what this game is going to be about. From climbing rocks to getting over an industrial site to literally jumping from floating snowball to floating snowball, obstacles are the main part of getting over it. But those aren't the obstacles I meant. It's all about the obstacles in your head. For example, you just climbed over this tree, which took you around 2 hours. That does sound like a skill issue though, but for some reason, your game crashes, and you have to do it all over again. What's the biggest obstacle now? The tree itself, or the fact that you have to get over the tree again? Yes, you are correct. You having to buy a new monitor. But on a serious note, this is what the game tries to teach you. Perseverance. We live in a world full of dopamine. Come on, don't lie. You kind of watch those videos with those Subway Surfers gameplay and a Family Guy episode, and someone trying to tell you some fun facts about North Korea. Getting over it isn't comparable to those fun facts about Kim Jong-un. It is tough. You constantly have to get over your limits to finally reach the end. Now you have to work for your dopamine, for that pleasure. But after battling yourself for hours, going through the 5 stages of grief and buying 20 new monitors, you finally did it. You made that last swing with your hammer and you think to yourself, wow, what did I gain by beating this game? You did it. You beat the game. You probably jumped up from your chair, gave your grandma a big smooch on the lips, and were probably happy that you did it. But after 2 minutes, you sit down again, look at your screen and think, well, what now? What is my new goal? Funny thing, there isn't. But it was about the journey. You don't play as the man in the pot or the hammer. You play as your own will. You didn't reach a cool ending. You pretty much reached a part of yourself. When I first played this game, I didn't have a fun time. But I chose to continue. Even after beating the game, I did that 49 more times. Why? Maybe because it's a pretty cool thing to do on stream. But also to see how I would grow. To be honest, I'm not some crazy monk now who can live without food. But I did challenge myself to do something that wasn't very pleasurable.
But Djoelzer, I don't want to play a game where I constantly fail and get nothing in return.
I understand. Why should you play a game that does nothing for you in return? But isn't that what every game does? Even if you win a game of Valorant or find diamonds in Minecraft, what did you really achieve? I love getting over it because, in my opinion, you get something out of it. Knowledge about yourself. How well am I disciplined? What are my limits? When should I stop and come back? When I finished beating Getting Over It 50 times straight, I was, of course,
I fucking can't believe it, man.
happy. But after a week, I started to wanting to play it again. I am not joking, I would beat Getting Over It another 50 times. The journey was such a blast. Now I realize I sound like a madman saying that the game is fun, but in the end, it really was. You should play the game just to experience it. To experience what it feels like to get slapped in the face over and over and over again. To suddenly realize that the obstacles in the game aren't that hard because you started to not have a mental wall anymore. To see that failing is a part of the game, a part of life, and not a part of you.